Hi everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and today I'm talking about carbs and stress and how those two things are related. I also just realized that as I'm talking about all this, my hands are doing this weird thing here. Okay. Now, all this is in honor of my upcoming book, The Female Fat Solution, which I'm really excited about. It's happening. It's really happening. But when we talk about carbs and stress, and a lot of this information is in my book, and if you're interested in the next 6-week group I have coming up, click on the link I have, because I go through not only this information, but even more details on how to incorporate it into your life. There's meal plans, grocery lists, so much great stuff in these groups. Some of these gals that are in there and that have been through my 6-week groups have had amazing results. Gals that have been struggling with the scale, like working out, eating healthy, all these things, haven't had the scale budge in 2 years, and all of a sudden within the first 2 weeks, they're down 6 pounds. That's amazing. On average, ladies that go through the 6-week group, it's about a 10-pound, any 9 to 10 pound weight loss for that 6-week group. So, would love to have you join us if you're interested. So just click that link. Now, when we talk about stress, because there's, people have stress. There's a stress out there for people. And when we talk about how important it is to handle that stress for your body, stress is really the underlying cause for all diseases in the body. Stress of some kind, right? And when you have this emotional, mental stress that goes on, so I'm talking about the stress that you get from, I'm having a tough time at work, I'm fighting with my spouse, my kids are making me crazy, I'm having all these tough things go on in my life that make you go like this, right? That's the stress. Your body uses up so much energy dealing with that stress. Your body's also going to take some of the protein that you're eating and turn it into sugar and store it in your fat cells. Great. It's going to really mess with your blood sugar because your brain runs off of sugars. So when you get stressed out, people talk about stress eating. Yeah, that's the thing. People stress eat because your brain all of a sudden is working so much harder. Even if you're, say, starting a new job. So you start a new job and you have to train in for 2 weeks. Every day for 2 weeks, your brain is learning completely new things because you're being trained in on your new job, but it's using so much more energy, so it's going to need so much more sugar or carb to keep going. And then it's really easy to get stuck in the habit of eating more carbs, of eating more sugars. This is how people go from, I had this stressful event happen. It could be a bad fight with somebody, a person that's important to you. It could be a death of somebody that was really important to you. A job change, a move. All these things are very stressful, and your brain needs more sugars at that time. It's demanding it. It's saying, give me the sugars. So then you just start eating more carb, and without even really realizing it. And then when that stressful event may decrease or your blood sugars go all wonky from that, that's a technical term, by the way, wonky, it's going to be in my book, and your body can't come back around from it. You're just eating more and not realizing it. And like all of a sudden, a year and a half later, you're like, damn it. I got this new job a year and a half ago. Why did I gain this weight? Why do I still feel like this? Why is this still tough? It's because of the stress that your body didn't know how to process, and now it's not happy about. It needed more carb, demanded more carb, you gave it more carb, and then it didn't know how to burn it properly after it didn't need it and it wasn't under that immediate stress anymore. Your body wasn't sensing that warning anymore. Now it's time to downregulate or reprocess or boost your metabolism in a different way. Does that make sense? When your body's really high into that stress hormone, your brain's like, whoa, hello, more carb, I need it, I'm going to use it. But then it's going to use some of it, and then it's going to store some of it. And then your metabolism is going to slow down overall. So how do we get that going again, right? Because that's just what happens. I'd like to say that you can make your body not do that. No, body's going to do that. That's what it's designed to do. stress reduction techniques, yes, very helpful. Meditate, try not to be in stressful situations. But I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. Sometimes it just happens. I'm just gonna say that. So, best thing is, of course, have a great way to try and handle the stress at the time. But then do your best to help kind of come back around from it, if you know what I mean. So this is where carb cycling comes into play, because it's going to get your metabolism going, and it's going to teach your metabolism to burn carbs again efficiently the way that it should, so it's not just storing and holding on to it. So again, making your body come back out of that stress phase and burn carbs better and not store them when your cortisol levels have gone down. Now, if your cortisol levels have not gone down, if your stress hormone is still revved up really high, this isn't going to work the same. That's a different conversation. But say I got a new job and I moved 2-3 years ago, and I know I was under stress, and I know I was eating different, and then I put on weight, but now I've cleaned up my eating, but the weight hasn't come off, or it's come off a little bit, but not as much as I think it should. And why hasn't it done that? And I don't understand. And my stress isn't as much as it was. I really like my new job, and I like my new place, and what's happening? Teach your metabolism to work again. So that's what we're talking about. Again, if your stress levels are still really high, message me, comment below, something like that. We can chat about that. Katie, how would you suggest carb cycling with cellular cleansing? Excellent question. That would go on the tail end of here. A little bit different. So you want to go through this whole process. You don't want to, you can throw in a cellular cleanse in the middle, but it's best to go through this entire, do a 5-day carb cycle, and then you could do a cellular cleanse. They're just working with 2 different things completely in the body. So carb cycling, teaching your body to burn these carbs, really working on the stress levels as well, and the we'll say the side effects, the leftover junk that's happened to your metabolism after all that stress, and how your body has then processed carbs. So carb cycling day 1, that's going to be a higher amount of carb, lots of carb, 200 grams. Day 2, 150. Day 3 is 100. Day 4 is 50 grams. That all of a sudden drops down. Day 5 is 125 again. So this is a typical carb cycle. People do this for a lot of different reasons. But I think women don't know that you can do this for the stress that you have. Or if you're like, I'm addicted to sugars. Oh, I just feel like I need sugars. I crave sugars at night. Before I go to bed, I want carbs. That's not normal. So try going through something like this. You can go through this once. Oftentimes I recommend going through it, 3-4 times. You'll really start to notice the effects of it after you've gone through it 3 or 4 times. Very, very, very different. Easy to do. You can track it. So again, if you're like, yeah, I can figure it out. Great. Super duper. Yeah. If you're like, I really want the meal plans and stuff, let me know. It's just really, really effective, and it works like that. So if you know somebody that has some stress, that maybe has done some stress eating recently, share this video. There's a share button here. I would love if you would share it. Then everybody can know how to do this and why it's important and why you want to get your metabolism going again and how easy it is. And you get to do it eating food. Oh, and carbs. I love carbs. Now, best kinds of carbs are, of course, going to be the whole grain carbs, right? Of course. Rice, potatoes, quinoa, oats, all that stuff. Whole food carbs. Fruit. Fruit is a carb. Fruit is the carb. Yep. Some people are surprised about that, but yep, fruit is a carb. So if you're worried about getting your vitamins in from your fruits, take a powdered fruits. Great. You get the vitamins there without all the extra carb. Super duper. Win-win. Win-win. Okay. I got really excited. I almost erased this one earlier. Okay. So, get your carbs in. Really make sure that you're burning everything properly. Really make sure that you're focused on that. I do include also with the potatoes, rice, quinoa, berries, apples, bananas, oranges, everything in with the carbs. I do include breads, and I do include pastas, crackers, pretzels, everything, I recommend a gluten-free breads, pastas, crackers, everything, because gluten-free takes out a lot of the inflammatory reaction your body has with gluten. That's going to help you process it better. There are some people who recommend doing a carb cycle with just the whole grains, and you totally can. Absolutely can. That makes it a little bit simpler for your body to process. But if you do want to go through doing the carb cycling with having a bagel, I like bagels. Bagels are good. Love bagels. Then just do the gluten-free version so it's not inflammatory and your body's not going, Rah! What? Melissa, learning and laughing. The Beth Westy way. Yes, I'm going to steal that, Melissa. Learning and laughing the Beth Westy way. That's how we do it. This is how we do it. I won't sing. Not today. Maybe a different day. Okay. Anyway, so carb cycling, going through this, taking care of the cortisol levels, the stress hormone cortisol levels in your body, really, really getting it to burn efficiently so you can get out of the phase of stress eating and you can really change your body's metabolism. Again, this is something that you can go through. You can continue to do it until you really start seeing the results you want to see. This is also something that if you've been on vacation or for people who've got, oh yes, spring break or something coming up, you can do this to prep for spring break, and then you're going to be like, woo, I'm on vacation, I'm on spring break, woo, to any diet, right, while you're on vacation, because it's vacation. Just get your proteins in when you're on vacation, and then after vacation, jump right back on board with this, cut any sugar cravings, get your metabolism going again, lickety-split by doing a carb cycle, and you get to eat carbs. It's like the best thing ever. So, that's my information for today, talking about carbs, talking about stress. I'm going to talk about stress again tomorrow and talk a little bit about the negative effects it has on the body, how to really combat that, how to really flush a lot of the stress from your body, what that would look like if you were going to focus on it every day versus one day a week versus a couple days every couple of weeks. There's a lot of different ways to target this built up stress within the body. So I'm going to go through a lot of that tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. If this is something that's interesting for you and you'd like to jump on board with our next group that we have starting, just click the link and we can get you started. So, all right, everybody have a great night.